Yep, perfect. Yep.
And then we have like a break where usually the guests logged on.
Or the UFC.
But you can say more than we'll go into hip hop nerdy shit after the break.
You see what the Eagles is doing? Talking about how we needed to make Jurassic Park. They have rap battles and car shows and working on our next.
I'll post it.
I was the first one to record Darnell. I was like, I make it the next day. I was like, hey, I'm not everybody in there.
Yes, indeed. Once again, we are back at it. It's the Build and Destroy show. You already know, every Sunday around 5, we go live. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. Wicked Meticulous here. May Dolly, High Rise. And you can see we have a special guest today. We'll allow High Rise to do his standard introduction to our guest.
Yeah, what's up, peoples and friends? Tonight we have Arvin Mosley Jr., who is a head basketball coach at the Emerald Ridge Varsity Girls Program. He also runs Triple Impact Coaching, which puts on youth basketball workshops that also feature elements of, I'd say, growth and leadership. And those are throughout the whole sort of Pierce County area, all throughout the year. And he, I'll leave it at that. And he's a Tacoma native. And, we'll go into details during the interview so y'all can learn more. But we got Coach Mosley with us.
What up? What up?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. So, we sometimes talk about sports. We've had a handful of sports on, but we live in a world where sports and music and local issues all connect, and you're well versed in it all. So we'll probably just go around the horn, taking turns asking you questions.
Yep. Sounds great. Good to be here with y'all, man.
All right, right on. Well, I'll start. Like I said, you're one of the coaches I know that has coached kids and young kids, starters, all the way up through high school, college, and even a semi-pro type of ABL, Tacoma Thunder type of situation. Yeah. So you've coached literally all levels, and boys, girls, adults, kids. Is that common, or is that pretty unique, like for a standard coach, basketball coach?
Yeah, probably pretty unique. I mean, I was working basketball camps when I was 14 years old, coaching kids not too much younger than me, all the way on up through the, like I said, junior high, high school, pro, coaching the Pro-Am a couple summers up for Jamal Crawford, and run basketball camps. So yeah, I mean, I would say it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique, but when you're in love with the game, any way you can get in the gym, let's do it.
For real.
You said you started coaching at 14. How did you get into coaching your peers and younger folks at 14?
Yeah, man. Well, I played at McCarver. We played one game at McCarver. So in 5th grade or 4th grade, we got to play one game, and I was awful, Wicked. I was terrible, my man. I mean, they used to, call me Starvin' Arvin, because I was a big dude, and so, and we played, and the game got over 4th quarter. So for like 2 weeks, we practiced after school at McCarver. Practiced, and then we went and played. I can't remember who we played, and we got one game, and the game gets over. We played 4 quarters, and I didn't get to play. The 4th quarter, game's over. I didn't get to play, and the coaches had a few players on each team that said, "Let's play a 5th quarter." So I got to play in the 5th quarter. So the first game I ever played, I played in the 5th quarter, and man, I was addicted. I loved it. I just loved it. It was just the funnest thing ever. And so I started going to basketball camps that summer. Went to my first few basketball camps, and then the camp I worked at, I moved out to Puyallup, and the camp I went to, you couldn't go once you hit 13 or 14. You couldn't go to the camp anymore, and I volunteered to work the camp. So I was 14 years old, coaching 12, 13-year-old kids, and coached. I was a ninth grader, and I coached the 8th grade girls team. I was assistant coach in ninth grade, and I coached. I volunteered and coached assistant coach 8th grade girls, and then like I said, ever since, man, every summer of my life since I was 14 years old, without fail, every summer, I've worked camps, and it evolved into something where now it's what I do full time. I train kids, I work, I travel over the world doing basketball, man.
Fire.
What's a handful of your favorite coaches?
I mean, I think as a young coach, I started like John Wooden was probably the first, like most famous John Wooden. But then, Hilltop in the '80s, it was John Thompson, it was Nolan Richardson, it was Georgetown Hoyas. We didn't wear Arkansas Razorbacks because of,
Right.
we didn't wear it, but we all wore It was Georgetown Hoyas, baby. That's what it was.
Yep.
And Nolan Richardson, obviously, though, at Arkansas was, one of the first black coaches, either the first or second black coach to win a national title. John Thompson was the first or second at Georgetown. I mean, really, that's what it was, man. I mean, John Thompson, Georgetown, Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning, Allen Iverson. I mean, that's what it was, man. So watching those guys. And then as I got older, just started to really appreciate Coach K. I mean, hard not to think that he's not one of the GOATs. And then Phil Jackson. I really just started to fall in love with the mindset part of the game and that the philosophical approach to the game, and not just the yelling and screaming, but just trying to learn how to connect with individual players. So John Thompson, Nolan Richardson, John Wooden, Coach K, yeah, I probably like Phil Jackson. Yeah, those are probably my favorite 5s that I grew up on. Yeah, good question, May.
Yeah. Well, you started to coach so early, but you were still playing.
Yep.
And probably had dreams of playing as far as you could. But I'm sure like at some point you kind of realize like, well, maybe if I want to be in basketball forever, I might end up coaching more than playing. Or kind of when did you realize maybe that was sort of the road you were gonna like spend the most time on?
I never was one of those guys that dreamed of playing pro basketball. I mean, and I've said this before. You've probably seen it, me talk about it. But when I was in 5th and 6th grade, I wanted to be a teacher and a PE teacher and a basketball coach, man. Like when you're growing up and you think about what's cool, like for me, that was cool. I thought the PE teacher, basketball coach, like that was a cool job, and you could make an impact and make money, have summers off, and just be a teacher and a coach. Like that's really, I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad, but that was my dream, right? Like, and I'm living my dream right now, basically. But like that's really what I wanted to do, man.
That's good.
I didn't want to play. I never. That wasn't. I mean, I enjoyed playing, right? I mean, but it wasn't. That wasn't. I never thought of myself as a pro basketball player. That just never was on my radar. But I loved just teaching. I loved being in the gym, and once I started working those camps. I mean, it was a wrap. I mean, all I could do was devour knowledge and just try to figure out how to get better at coaching and helping kids get better. Yep.
Well, I'm interested to know how you go from coaching kids the skills in basketball to coaching coaches and it becoming more about leadership. Like you said, you were interested in the mindset at some point. What is that evolution like for you? And then what's more enjoyable or impactful at this stage?
I'll tell you, I've been fired twice, and the first time you get fired from basketball coaching, and you're embarrassed, right? You also it's part of the business that's a reality that can happen, but it's part of the game, man. You're gonna get fired. Your favorite coach has been fired. For whoever your favorite coach is, he's been fired a couple times if he's good, and I got fired once. I thought I was done with coaching, and then I got back into coaching. I got fired again. Both times I got fired was by the third AD. So the person hired me, somebody else came in, and by then I wasn't winning enough to save my job, and so I was let go. And then this last my job here at Emerald Ridge, I got hired in the middle of the basketball season, so they had a coaching change in December of 21, and they hired me. So I've been there since December of 2021, and I just as I got going through the game more and more, and I'd work with younger kids, I realized that the best teachers work with the younger kids. And not that anybody can coach talented players, but the better players are almost easier to coach and teach because they already have a knowledge base and fundamentals, and they understand when you say jump off your left foot or your right foot or spin the ball this way. And whereas younger kids, you really got to be patient and you have to break it down. And you know, like if you've ever tried to give like an hour talk in 10 minutes, you know how hard it is to break it down to 10 minutes. And it's like the same thing with little kids. You're going to teach a kindergartner how to shoot a layup. If I took one of you guys to the gym and say, hey, jump off your left foot, push it up with your right hand, you might not make the shot, but your body could do that movement, and kids can't sometimes, right?
For real. They can't even walk backwards, some of them.
And skip or slide or shuffle.
Right.
And then you add a basketball, and then you add a defender, and then you add a coach saying, go, go, go.
Oh,
so now
man.
all of a sudden, I just became a teacher. I had to learn, okay, I got to teach this game, bro. I got to break this down and not be a coach, but be a teacher. And then as I did that, now my sons play and my daughter played, and I'm watching and I'm seeing so many coaches, I call them bully coaches, where they just, man, make a shot. And then, come on, man, you guys are weak. You got to hit that. And like, and just all angry and mad and intense. And so and again, I coach with some fire. So I'm not going to try to not point the finger at myself too. But the idea is that I saw that a lot of coaches never learned how to coach. There is no coaching class. I became a coach because I watched how the coaches coached me. And I either copy what they did or I said, I don't like that. And I went totally against it. But no one ever pulled me aside and said, this is how you communicate with players. This is how you communicate with parents. This is how you set up a drill. This is how you manage a gym. You got 15. A lot of people struggle to go into a gym of 20 or 30 people and manage all these eyes and this attention and keeping people from, staying locked in, staying focused. And so I found out that I had a kind of a gift that I thought every coach could walk in a gym and just command the audience's attention and had a leadership presence. And then when I saw that there was a gap in that, I said, let me help coaches. Let me help coaches coach better. And so from the YMCA to the Boys and Girls Clubs to private youth organizations or, AAU teams that, all our kids have played on or played against, I come in and help coaches coach better. Really just learn how to just teach better and how to communicate more effectively. I mean, so many of the struggles coaches have is communication. It's not knowledge. And all of you we're all old enough to walk into a gym of 10 or 12-year-olds and know more about basketball than them. But not all of us can communicate it very well, right? And so just teaching coaches how to design practice, design a learning environment that really makes learning easier, right? And be more effective as a teacher. So yeah, good stuff, man. Just trying to.
So like if somebody was like nervous about signing their kid up for like 5th grade Metro basketball and they got an email saying like, we really need a coach.
Yeah.
Could they like, could they hit you up for like a consulting
Absolutely, man.
program and be like,
Absolutely.
what do I do?
100%, man. It's anybody out there listening, if you're coaching your kid, holler at me. I will definitely share some messages or a talk, man, because that's hard, man. I mean,
Right.
to volunteer, as a coach for your kid, like I tell people, there's nothing more intimidating to walk into a gym full of teenagers and have them looking at you, and you're in the middle, and you got a bunch of 13 or 14-year-old super judgmental teenage kids looking at you, right? Like that's intimidating, and I get it. So, absolutely, man. Hit me up. Let's talk.
Well, I know you love where you're at now and all that and your program, and so I don't ask this question to in any type of like slight or non-satisfactory way, but describe to me like what's your dream coaching situation And what kind of where where do you see sort of like yourself in the future, or what do you have like as a realistic goal or ceiling for your coaching career?
Man, I like that. Yeah, my sons play, so I got a seventh grader, and I've got a 10th grader and a seventh grader, and they're both really good at basketball, and they're both really fun to watch. Like my kids take charges and dive for loose balls, and they help their teammates off the ground, and they give out lots of high fives, and so I'm pretty locked in for the next 5 years until my son graduates. It's not even about, it's about me making enough money training and doing stuff to like keep my eyes on them. It's I'm just a fan. I mean, my team lost and we got knocked out of the playoffs, and you have those mixed emotions because you hate to be done, but at the same time I also know I'm not going to miss any of my son's games for the next couple of weeks, and like that's just something that I think as a coach we spend so much time with your kids, and we don't always get to spend a lot of time with our kids, and so I'm excited for the next couple of weeks just to watch my kids play basketball, dude. Like just straight up. In terms of down the road, man, I've always I want to help a million athletes, and when at some point on my gravestone or whatever it says, he worked with millions of players worldwide. But the only way for me to do that, I think, is to work with 100,000 coaches, right? If I can get if I can impact 100,000 coaches or 50,000 coaches and teach them better ways of teaching and communicating and leading and setting the example, then I can reach a million kids, so to speak. So, I mean, I think that's my goal. I'm right now working with the software developer, and we're developing a CAI, communication alignment intelligence, and what we've created some software that we are really hoping that it's going to help coaches elevate their communication with their players and parents, athletes and parents. So that's really what I'm working on, man. I mean, I'm hoping that in 5 years my kid is signed some big NIL deal or whatever, or playing somewhere, and I can just go sit up in the stands and just watch, man. Just
Hell yeah.
just go watch my kids play basketball and and figure out how to make money and survive on the side, Yeah. So I haven't gone past 12th grade for my youngest. I'm not gonna lie, man. I got 5 more years to enjoy this stuff, man.
Yeah. That's a beautiful answer.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
How often does the coaching go beyond just the gym? How often do you find yourself giving like nutrition advice or life advice? Does that happen more often than not?
It does. It does. I mean, it's just I think I surround myself with people that want to help me and want my help, right? It's like that mutual relationship. So I think there's a lot of that. I coach high school girls, so I'm gonna be honest, there's not a whole lot of off the court stuff I can help with. Like it's such a different world, man. And so I'm here when my girls are going through stuff, and we have those conversations when they need it with my team. But I'm fortunate that I got a lot of girls with strong families that support them, but yeah, coaching is so much more than just on the court. People want to stereotype us as always being in great shape and always taking care of ourselves, and it's like, man, we got to work too at that stuff, right? I got to work too to keep my mindset right and my body right, and so I do get some of that, people wanting some from me, but that away, and I'm always there to help people, man. I just think that's what it's all about. And a lot of times it's from my peers. I've been fortunate to have a good circle of friends, guys like Josh, who we support each other, right? And I know his niche, he knows my niche. He has some questions about what I do, he's going to come to me, and vice versa. So, yeah, man, it's good. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Well, being that you do a lot of different things with different organizations around Puget Sound, I'm interested in knowing what's your take on kind of the current crop of coaches, more so high school, but even AAU. Who's like, do you see a lot of promise in what's going on in our area? Because you hear nationally that they say our American AAU program sucks, and we're not preparing the youth the way that we used to. So I'm just interested to hear your take on what it's like here in Puget Sound, Seattle area, Tacoma area, and you travel around too. So what's the juxtaposition?
Man, I love it. I'll say this: for traditional coaching, we got some really good coaches out here. I've always said there's not hardly any coaches in the state or in our area, Tacoma, Puyallup. We play in the SPSL, so the SPSL is like more the suburban schools: Puyallup, Sumner, Rogers, Olympia, and then you got the City League, the Narrows League. I don't even know what they're called anymore. The Narrows League with Lincoln and Silas and those schools, Bellarmine and whatnot. And so I think we got good coaches in Tacoma. I'm not gonna lie. I think we got good coaches. But what I will say is the dilemma is we have traditional coaches. Everything is still so one-on-one or individual skill based, and we don't get ourselves into opportunities to really to build decision making. We don't one-on-one doesn't build decisions. One-on-one builds skill. When you do two-on-ones and one-on-twos, you're building adaptability, and that's what we all want our kids to be adaptable, right? As dads, we all want our kids to be adaptable. Like you might have you got to change a flat tire, but it's rainy or it's snowy or you're on a hill or you're on gravel. You got to be adaptable, man. Like, yep, changing a flat tire, cool. Yep, you can shoot a three-pointer, great. But can you pump fake and read the defense into the next shot? And I think one thing that we struggle at is what I call traditional basketball is a lack of decision making. And so a lot of drills that are real, you get into a rut. You go 1, 2, 3 layup, 1, 2, 3 shot, and you build this real rigid basketball player. You think you're building a bag because you're repping out all these things, but what you haven't repped out is a decision. You haven't repped out a choice. You haven't repped out reading the defense that's in front of you. And so for me personally, something that I use what's called the constraints-led approach. If there's any coaches listening, when you get off of here, go Google the constraints-led approach. That is the idea is that you put constraints around your players, you create opportunities for them to make decisions. And I think what happens with American basketball right now is we practice, we put in plays, we do a lot of drills, and then if it's high school basketball, we might play twice a week. But where with like AAU, the big complaint about AAU is they're playing 3 or 4 games, 5 games in a weekend, and they get these reps during the week with no defense, like skill development, and then they go play on the weekend, and now they got to make a decision, and they got to trust a kid next to them that they don't know very well, that they don't work with very well, that they don't have rhythm with, and it doesn't create beautiful looking basketball, but it creates real high level skill players, so to speak. And then you watch, I play some of these teams when I go to Europe every summer and play, and I coach at a tournament and work in a tournament, and what you see are kids who focus on development first. There's a lack of stereotyping. In America, if the 4 of us walked out on the court, I'd be the center, Josh would be the point guard, right? Wicked would be the wing with the long athletic wing, blocking shots. May, I ain't seen you play, my friend, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we would stereotype right away. Well, you go to Europe, they say, well, guess what? You play basketball? Well, you need to learn how to dribble, pass, shoot, rebound, and play defense. Yeah. And we immediately go, hey, big man, you go over here. Hey, little man, you go over there. If it's 4 brothers and a white guy, the white guy's the shooter. If it's 4 white guys and a brother, the brother's the wing. Like, it's just right. It's the stereotyping of the game that we do. And you talk about the training and stuff that I do, man. When I train, like tomorrow, I have a basketball camp tomorrow, and everybody will have a basketball, and we are playing 1-on-1 and 2-on-1 right away. Right, we're playing tag, we're playing dribble knockout, we're playing games. Instead of doing stationary ball handling, we're gonna play a tag game. We're gonna dribble the ball and chase each other. We're gonna try to knock the ball out. We're gonna defend each other. And so I think what happens is you get traditional basketball, which is 3-man weave, mic ends, 5-on-0, and then the game is not played in those the game is played in such a chaotic environment, and American coaches, we love to control the entire gym. And that's why I talk about you design a learning environment. I design an activity that puts kids in a space, and then I get out of the way. And I let those kids make mistakes. I let them explore. I let them try things. And and again, the typical American coach is more rigid and wants to be in control. And I think that's kind of what we see. Now that's not Tacoma. That's traditional coaches, period. And I think that's what most of our coaches fall under. I'll tell you, since we're here, I'll tell you my lineage. This is my coaching lineage. This is crazy. 1930 something in Ellensburg, Washington. Leo Nicholson is the coach. Ellensburg, Washington. He's the coach at Central Washington. His son takes over in the 60s, Dean Nicholson. So Dean Nicholson's coached through the 60s. My high school coach played for Dean Nicholson. Okay. Then my community college coach played for the coach who came after Dean Nicholson, Gil Coleman, rest in peace. So my community college coach played for him. And then I went to Central for the coach who replaced Gil Coleman at Central.
Wow.
So Leo Nicholson to Dean Nicholson to Gil Coleman to Greg Sparling. I played for Greg Sparling. My high school coach played for Dean, and my college coach played for Gil. And so my coaching lineage literally goes back to old white men in Ellensburg, Washington, from 1930 something, right? Like Hall of Fame coaches. All my coaches were Hall of Fame coaches, straight up. Like, I'm blessed, but it's just, so that's my coaching lineage. And so now you get to see what the game. Why is the game so different? Is because we're building adaptability now. We're helping players learn how to make decisions in my gym. We don't do traditional. We never check up. Like, even when we play one-on-one, we don't check up. We start with the between the legs dribble. We start with a pass or a kick out. We start, everything is non-traditional in my gym.
Dope.
So,
Hey, I got a quick one.
yeah.
While my son's watching, I got a 12-year-old.
Yep.
He's into basketball. What's some good basic advice to give a 12-year-old that loves the game?
Go play. Go play. Find people to play with. And you don't need a trainer. You don't need, maybe you need dad to get some rebounds for you here and there, but you need to go play. Go play 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 2-on-2. Be the guy that goes and knocks on people's door and says, "Hey man, you want to go play?" So I would say first and foremost, play basketball. And then secondly, find time to work on your game. Whatever's important to you in the game. If it's dribbling, if it's passing, and you're all by yourself, that's the cool thing about basketball. You don't need a rebounder. You don't need a passer. You can spin the ball to yourself. You can throw it up in the air and go get it. There's a million different things that you can do to just work on your game. But I would say play first. You don't need a trainer. You don't need you don't even need a guy like me. I can help, but you really just need to go play basketball. And then secondly, take that ball outside and bounce it, dribble it, throw it off the wall, behind the back, over your head, throw it up, do a circle, clap your hands. I mean, move your body with that ball. And it's no different than, being a b-boy, a dancer, man. Just get a ball with you, though. Like, dance with the ball, man. Have fun. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. How we doing with the time, Wicked?
We're good. We're only at 28 minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, as far as players that are kind of like coaches, like a high IQ player, who are some of your favorites you've just ever seen? Like in the NBA that people would know about, like your top 5, like court vision type of player coach.
Yep. CP3 right there, right up at the top.
Oh yeah.
CP3, I know people don't like him sometimes because he's kind of like, he's kind of abrasive, but he puts people in the right spots. He knows what he's doing that away.
Mm-hmm.
A hometown Sue Bird. I don't know that there's ever been Sue Bird has got to be one of the nicest, point guards that we ever got a chance to see. And she's right here. We got to watch her, the glove. Watching him orchestrate, we got to grow up and we get to watch that stuff firsthand, watching him just direct traffic with his back to the basket, talking to the ref, talking to the dude guarding him, talking to the other coach, talking about this fool can't guard me, and then throwing it up to Rain Man. I think LeBron, LeBron sees the game at a level. It's nothing cooler than watching someone interview him. Then he says, "Yeah, I think we were playing Philadelphia. That was like, 2009, 2010. I think it was right after Christmas, and we had that one, and like you're just like he's just processing stuff, right? So I mean, LeBron for sure is one. Who else? Who else? Um, I'll tell you when I used to be a hater on this dude, and then I just kept. I used to be a hater, and just I'd watch him, and I'd be like, this guy, how is he going by people? He's so unathletic, man. What's wrong with this dude? Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, chubby,
True.
out of shape. He looks hungry. Right now, he's hungry, and just and he would just like he would take charges. He would tip balls like championship. We call those championship plays. Like he knows he's not going to get the rebound, but he'll hit it to a teammate, or he'll go down and grab somebody's jersey and hold the guy down while his teammate gets the rebound. And So I mean, Kyle Lowry is one of those dudes. He's one of those borderline Hall of Fame, like borderline Hall of Fame type cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one because he's can affect the game so much, but you really can't say one thing that he necessarily like excels at other than like leadership and heart.
Right.
But like that's obviously that got him a ring.
I got him a ring. And he might be the best player in Toronto Raptors history. Like if you look at it.
Oh, yeah. He's got a statue out there already, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Or his number's retired or something.
Yeah, I mean he's off the chain. I mean, what he did for them. So yeah, Kyle Lowry, man. He's that one that you look at, you're like, man, I could play in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not fast, doesn't have a big jumper. He can't jump that high. He's not like amazing passer or
right.
He just plays hard.
Yep. So
oh yeah. Well, I had one more question too while I got it. Like I've got some experience in like performing arts sectors, and you see parents taking their kids to art classes or plays or open mics or writing classes, and everywhere you go you see different levels of parenting, parents that are more involved than others, parents that just drop off and pick up, parents that you could tell overreach, and even in like all ages hip hop, you see rap dads with their young rap sons, but like nothing. I've never seen it compare to athletic parents and their kids.
Yeah.
And like especially too, when you hear or read comments about what happened at a high school athletic basketball game, and you can tell it's just the older generation of parents really going at it, and it just seems so much more deeper and tied up. And is that just because sports are competitive, or is it parents not letting go? Like what's happening there? What is that?
I mean, I think compared to some of the other arts, I mean, it's physical. So there is your kid and my kid are hitting each other, right? Like I've literally been at the gym with some of our friends, our kids all play against each other. I'm sitting there talking, and I was talking to Coach Reed one day. Me and him were talking, and our kids are playing, and his son and my son are on the ground wrestling for a basketball, and they're pushing each other, and like they're best buds, but they're like really fighting for this basketball, and the ref calls a jump ball, and the ref runs in to break them up, and these kids ain't gonna do nothing. And me and Yada are standing next to each other, and you have that instinct like, hey, that's a foul, but I'm standing right next to the dad, and his son's fouling, and my son's fouling. It's like, it's so the sports is physical, man. It's so I think there's a part of it that you might not get that with some other activity, arts, right? Like a couple trombone players, right? They're not going to touch each other.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think sports is a highly charged right now. I think it's a place that a lot of people feel comfortable yelling and screaming and saying things that they would never say. I mean, and that happens to us regularly. Me as a coach, and that when they say things like she's weak. That girl's weak. Take it from her. Or she can't go left. Take it from her. She doesn't have a left. She's got no left. And while you're yelling that's somebody's daughter, bro. Like you're sitting here yelling about that girl can't go left and her mom is sitting right next to you or just on the other side of the bleachers. And so I think there's that little bit of not knowing how to act in those environments that, like, again, two kids are playing in a band competition. I'm not in the crowd yelling at the band, right? Whereas in a basketball game, we kind of accept that yelling is just a part of it. We accept that. And so, parents don't realize sometimes how nasty and mean they can be. And they also don't realize that you're talking about somebody's kid. That's not number 14. That is somebody's kid, man. And so I think there's part of that. And other pieces, there's a lot of money being invested. I mean, my son, you got to think about a typical weekend. Right now, I got one son in Portland right now and playing this weekend. There's 400 teams in Portland, right? All ages up and down the West Coast. And my son's playing, you got to drive down there. You got to get a hotel. You got to feed him. And then mom's got to pay to get in the gym. I mean, you're looking at a $400, $500, $600 weekend potentially. And so my kid better play. He better play good. I spend all this money and you're going down there and you're not taking the ball to the hole, or you're not shooting the ball, or you're playing scared. I spent all this money for that. I think you have a certain segment of parents who expect some return on their investment. And what I tell parents, I'll tell you that too right now, May, like, if you're paying for your kid and you think that just come back in a scholarship, that's on you. That's not on your kid. Like, my kids don't owe me a full scholarship for me paying for basketball camps. Now, you got to play hard and you got to keep your grades up. Like, that's right. But the minute they don't play hard, the minute their grades aren't up, then we're done with it. But my kids don't owe me. I'm not expecting a return on this $800 weekend. I mean,
yeah, I hear you.
I got sons going to Hamilton, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee this summer. Those are $1,012. Those are like $1,500 weekends. I'm only doing it because I can afford it right now. I'm not doing it expecting it to come back to me. If they get scholarships, awesome. But I don't expect it necessarily. And so, whereas some parents are expecting a return on that investment, and they lose their shit and they don't know how to handle it. And unfortunately, there's too many of us that think that our kids owe us something that way. And I mean, if you can't afford it, don't send them, man. I mean, that's just the reality of it, because it's probably not coming back. For most of us, it's not.
Right.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I will have spent tens of thousands of dollars for my kids to travel. But my kids are going to be able to say they've traveled all over the country and they've had these great opportunities. They got good friendships. They learned a lot about basketball, but that doesn't guarantee a scholarship or pro ball, man. It's just so I think if more parents would kind of go into it with that idea of like, this is fun for my child. This is not about me making sure they get a scholarship. This is what my kid likes to do for fun.
Yeah.
But my son, he came home with a D, and I was about to suspend him for a week from everything in life. And he was like, yeah, with Dad, and I was like, no, man, no, phone, Xbox, basketball, games, practice. Like, we're not doing D's like that. That's, now part of that is me buying into the system of academics. Right. We know that some of that is not always the kids' fault. And so, but I said, well, you go get this fixed before I have to get it fixed. And sure enough, he went down, he talked to his teacher. There was a couple just discrepancies on the assignment, boom. And now he's up to a B+, right? And like, but I make that a priority at my house, and we don't know if you do at your house, right? That's just the reality of it.
Right.
We don't, at my house, that's just, and I'm not worried about the money coming back to me. It'll be nice, but I mean, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, these are just experiences my kids are getting to have, and luckily I can afford it right now.
Yeah. Those are good points, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. The stakes are high with sports, and part of that is there is that risk of a physical injury.
And it costs. I mean, some of these tournaments cost $15 or $20 to go watch a game. It costs.
Dude. A
playoff game last night in our high school playoffs. It's $11 for an adult. some of these are, and some of these tournaments, it's 15 or $20.
All of them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All AAU tournament for
And
sure.
some are more than that. I mean, some are significantly more than that. That's just around here. But I mean, I've paid $99 for a weekend.
Mm.
I listened to people argue with the people at the front desk. This guy was like, I want to watch one game today. They're like $99. They're like, no. One game today at 1:00. I'm trying to watch the 1:00 game. And well, we don't do game. It's $99 for the weekend. And it was just like, it's crazy, you know. Now I get as an event organizer, I got to recoup my money too, right? If I'm gonna throw a rap show, I got to charge at the door to get my money back for renting the venue, right? If I'm throwing a basketball tournament, and I got to pay for the referees, I'm not gonna pay for security. Like I got to get my money back as a business owner. So there's part of me that understands that.
Mhm.
But dang, bro, I just bought $1,000 in airfare, 500 in hotels, and now it's 99 to come watch my kid play. And I paid the travel fee for the coach so he could fly down there, and I pay my monthly dues and the uniforms and you know, whatever. And I got to pay $99 to watch 4 games of a bunch of 10 and 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds travel and double dribble and throw the ball all over the place. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, do you like the new format for the All-Star Weekend? How it's
Man.
like tournament style?
Yeah, I mean, I feel for LeBron and KD. Like, I could only imagine what their bodies feel like to warm up, play 12 minutes,
Yeah,
sit,
3-4 games in a row,
and then
back to
play
back
another
to
12
back.
minutes, and then like, man, I mean, I'm one of them dudes. Once I warm up, man, I'm moving, and once I stop, I'm out. If I'm at the gym, right, and I'm on the treadmill, and Josh pulls up at the Y, what's up, man? And we talk for 5 minutes, I'm going home. I'm not playing the second, third, or fourth quarter. So I think it's cool. I mean, I think they're going to try something because it's gotten stale over the last couple of years. I mean, what they scored 190 points to 180 or something like.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like to see points, but I mean, I like to see the competitiveness. Like that used to what was making it fun when, you know, dudes would, at least in the fourth quarter, go at each other. So
Yes.
yeah, so I think it's a cool format though to see the young guys, the old guys, and then the foreigners on different teams. I mean, it's anything that does liven it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the in-season tournament though. I like that. I think that's really dope. Personally.
Me too.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
that.
feel the same.
Yeah, I really like that. Different court, different jerseys. Like, it just has its own little flow to it. Their little rhythm that makes it kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Well, look, I wanted to. I got a question, but in you talking about the traveling, it just made me think, and just remembering traveling as a kid playing basketball, and I mean, we didn't go as far out, you know, as what you're talking about, but
Yeah.
I definitely remember it being more community based. Like, yo,
Yep.
everyone, like, we ain't going far enough to where it costs a plane ticket,
Right.
even though we might have to drive past through several states. But
Right. No, we wouldn't fly.
kick X amount of money for towards the gas and get one, you know, or two parents to volunteer to load up. You know, we only need 6 kids. We only need 5 technically.
Right.
We want to at least have one sub so we could give everyone, you know, some rest on the bench. But I mean, that's what I remember is like, look, we only need 6 to go.
Yeah.
Do you got $20 for the tournament and $10 towards gas and whatever your parents give you for food?
Yep. And hopefully pack some sandwiches.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I flew, I think I was a sophomore, and it was to play basketball. It was the first time I ever flew, and that was like in the early '90s to go play basketball. In I think Vegas, we went. Like that was the first time I flew. My parents wasn't going, and my parents were like, "Well, different, obviously back then. Now my son ain't going nowhere without me, but back then, my parents were like, "Yep, we'll see ya."
Yeah.
No cell phone, no just cash, no debit card, nothing. Just like, hey, here's $40.
Maybe they gave you a calling card.
here's $40. Hope it works out for you, son. Have fun.
Yeah.
So different back then. I mean, yeah, it has gotten. It's a business now. There's a business. Back then, Wicked, when you played, all the best players in your neighborhood were on that team. My son plays with kids from Vancouver, Walla Walla, Seattle, Puyallup, Tacoma, all on one team. You know what I'm saying? But when I played, all my dudes on my team, we all went to the same school. There was maybe like 2 schools.
Mm-hmm.
We were all together, and so we played together for 4 or 5 years. We had tryouts. I remember my first tryout. I was awful, man. First tryout, it was 9 players, and I remember going home and asking my dad, "I hope I make the team." Now, mind you, the coach was one of his best friends, but I remember I hope I make the team, and he was just laughing. It's like, it's 9 players, bro. Like, you're on the team, man. Like, but I didn't know no better. I was terrible at basketball. I was like, let's get it. And so it was different. And now my son went to a tryout. My older son, who's having a great sophomore season, he went and tried out last summer and got cut. And in the environment, he didn't look like he didn't do anything special because of he was setting screens, he was rebounding, he was blocking out, he was communicating on defense, the things that a coach's kid would do, but he wasn't going to work and busting people's ass, and he wasn't doing that stuff. So he doesn't get noticed. He gets cut. He gets picked up on another team, plays up a year, and ends up having a phenomenal summer. And he's going to play now. He's playing his age this summer, same program, and they value him for the player that he is. And so it's like, it's just so different now, man. Just so different.
Well, so this brings me to my actual question, but it's kind of 2 in 1, because as you're talking about this, it's making me think about the coaching, and why would the other coaches not recognize this kid who is in tryouts setting screens and doing things that are the fundamentals? And so my question for you was more related to your camps and coaching other coaches. And do you have?
You got a question?
Because I know you had a coaching handbook.
Yep.
You talked about this new communication, alignment intelligence.
Yep.
So what other kind of signature products or things do you have, or because I'm just thinking about you talking about designing activities. I can picture in my head just that, a book of activities, like, okay, you are the new YMCA director. Here's activities for basketball for this grade, this age. And as you go, and that's just basketball, I'm pretty sure your mind is enough in the activity design realm.
Yep.
You can put this together for any real specific sport, design for it. But can you speak to just that creativity in designing products, I should say, for other coaches outside of you having to be there in person and do a clinic, to where you can develop these products and market them, and they can stand on their own without you?
Yeah, so I've done a couple different things. One, I did the CLA guide to coaching, and it's on my website. And I've tried to create it and give. It's basketball specific, but a lot of the principles that I use are real generic. And so, I think what I always tell coaches is this: whatever sport it is, whatever activity you're doing, how can you add a defender? How can you make the court smaller? How can you make the court bigger? How can you make the scoring more relevant to what you want? So, for example, we do a shoot and drill where we played a 15, but if the girls dribble to the paint, get both feet in the paint, kick it out to the corner, and the girl hits the 3 on the kick out, they get 5 points. If they go all the way down the basket and dunk it, you only get 1 point. The emphasis is on kick out threes, not on dunking, right? None of my girls can dunk, but the idea is that I've designed an activity. I put points in place to reward what I want.
I like
and again,
that.
it could be it could be baseball. We're gonna play. Every time you throw, if I hit it to left field right now, then I get an automatic double. If I hit it to right field, it's an out. And now what we're doing is we're going to force that kid to turn their body to try to hit it to left field every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about constraints, that's the idea behind constraints. Like, you constrain to afford opportunities for the things that you're looking for. So whatever I want to emphasize, that's what I constrain.
Mm-hmm.
You want you to write a song, a cappella, right? You don't play any music. You got to write the song without the music. But you want to have the hook first, and you anything that you do, you're kind of creating constraints anyway. If you give somebody the hook first, they're constrained now to what they hear, and now it's already going to be implanted into what they're doing and how the output that comes from that. And so the idea is, so that's kind of what the constraints are. In terms of creating products, like I said, I've got the CLA guide. I've done a ton of talking. I probably should have recorded more of my talks. I mean, I talked to at least over 1,000 coaches and parents a year, at least, if not, 2,000, 3,000 at clinics and stuff, that I probably should record more of that, especially the parent talks. So I don't know if that really hit your question, Wicked, or if I got. I mean, is there more to what you were looking for, I guess, on that?
No. I mean, we been following what you've been doing for a while, and I guess kind of how Josh was saying, kind of looking at some sort of a ceiling. I'm looking more at, as opposed to a ceiling in this, what is something that could be that legacy, and also that's going to fund you to travel around as your boys, get to college, and to where you don't have to worry about doing stuff, because these products you made are going to do it.
Go to coachbydesign.com is my latest one. It'll be live and up and running hopefully by the end of the month. So it's coachbydesign.com, and that's my communication alignment intelligence software. I'm hoping. We're building that kind of to be that legacy product to some degree right now, Wicked. And I think sometimes when you're building legacy stuff, it's like you have the stuff that you want to do that inspires you and motivates you every day, but then you also got to pay your mortgage, and you got to pay that in the car note. And so it's like always, we tell people, follow what's important to you, follow your heart, but that shit don't always pay, and it's like, and I think that's such a fake, a false optimism that we give people. Just follow your heart and the money will come. And it's like, sometimes you got to make some money so that you can follow your heart. And and I think you kind of talked about following my kids around. And so I think this Coach by Design product that we're going to push out in the next, hopefully by the end by March, is kind of that thing. Really, I can help coaches in one hand, but also be able to generate some revenue on the other, right? And so that's one of my products, and the other one is on my website, the Coach by Design, or the CLA coaching guide. I actually went to Italy last summer to study from the guy who is kind of the world's expert in the constraints-led approach. So I spent a week in Italy at a gym, a podunk gym, right? Just watching this dude run drills and teach and coach. So I've been pretty fortunate to chase my passion, but then also be able to translate to a little bit of money too, to kind of keep food on the table.
Mm-hmm. It's the name of that method is, it's almost like it's more of like I understand what they mean with the constraints. You're constraining the other parts of the world to funnel towards like the lane you want, but it's really like a facilitating, almost an equally descriptive word of that, because anytime when you teach, you do want it to be as natural as possible. You do want as many of the learners to come to this knowledge, this conclusion, on as much of their own as they can.
Yep.
And so, you want somebody to work on their left, then, like what you do is you create some fun ways for them that in a game that encourages them to do that naturally, and And so, it's like you are kind of restricting stuff, but it's more of like a funneling.
And yeah, and restricted, again, it's just language. Restrictive sounds negative, but constrained is a little bit more welcoming. Well, the idea is it's Montessori school. You get this. It's
Yeah.
Montessori training. It's guided discovery.
Yeah.
It's self exploration into guided discovery.
Right.
You want a kid to go left? I'll put the defender on your right side.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can go right. Cool, go right. But the defender's standing on your right side. So I'm guiding you towards your left as best as I possibly can without yelling. And so now as a coach, instead of me yelling and screaming and telling you what to do, I guide you to a solution that is going to most likely be the best choice to make, man. Like the defender is standing on your right hip. You're probably better off to go left.
Yeah.
And again, it's Montessori type teaching, right? Like I said, to some degree of guided discovery, man. Self-exploration, find a solution.
Yeah.
And when I introduced it to my girls, they struggled at first because they were used to me telling them exactly what to do. So for 3 years, you exactly do this. You got to make 10 in a row, or you got to do it perfect, and it has to look like this, and everybody's got to look the same. And then now our gym it's chaos sometimes in there. And even with my sons, I use it, and I used to argue and fight with my sons all the time. And now we don't, it's way less combative, because instead of me making my sons do something a perfect way, I'm constantly pushing my sons, hey, can you do it different? Can you think of a different way to finish? Can you try, what about this? Can you try that? And when he misses it, again, 3 years ago, I'd be like, you got to make your layups. Now I'm like, dude, that was a good miss. Like that's super creative. If you go look at my story, you'll see a shot that Ellis hit the other day, last week in a game. And when he shot it, people were like in the crowd, like, "Oh my God, that's crazy wild!" And I'm hitting his sister, going, "We worked on that shit. I made him spin." And I was like, "Do it again." I was like, "Do it different." And he was just, he's falling. And I was like, "Do it different." And then all of a sudden in the game, guess what? The dude bumps him, he spins, he turns, and it looks off, but he literally has practiced being uncomfortable taking that wild spinny shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't have allowed that 2 or 3 years ago, because that's an awful shot. We don't play basketball like that. Like, you got to do it 1933 Ellensburg, Washington, brother. So creativity, man. Let's be creative. They know way more than us. These kids are way more adaptable than us.
That's true. Well, thank you, Mose.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. I posted Triple Impact on the comments under the YouTube. I'll send you the YouTube link later on tonight.
Yep, cool. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Yeah, for sure, man. We like to pay respects to Tacoma history and people that hold, lots of space in our hearts. So, man, why don't you just close by letting everybody know who your pops was, what he did in Tacoma, and just pay a little respect. And man, we love you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So Arvin Mosley Sr. was my pops. Moved to Tacoma probably early 70s, from Meshulaville, Mississippi. Came up here, worked at the smelter. Was one of those guys that got his first job at the smelter because they was hiring brothers down there, so he could work there. And then Dad became one of the first black firefighters in Tacoma. So Arvin came in, and I think 72, he was hired, 72 or 73, Tacoma Fire Department, and spent 25 years serving the North End, mostly Station 14 over there on the North End. And he had he was the largest black-owned landscaping company in Tacoma, Pierce County area. And yeah, so, Dad was, been here. I've been here my whole life. He came up here, like I said, in the early 70s. So, my dad knew, he'd always tell me just random stories about like Harold Moss was the mayor. And he's like, "Oh, I know him." I'm like, you think you're like that. You don't know the mayor. He's like, "Oh yeah, well I know him," and he would tell me just stories about people, and just just like, how you know these people, and not like he wasn't into that stuff, but he would just, "Oh yeah, I met him." And you think about, you got to think in the 70s and 80s, black dudes, it was in Tacoma, they knew each other, right? They was all on Hilltop. I mean, they were all on Hilltop, and that's where they were. And so yeah, just spent a lot of time up there. Just thought that my dad was a firefighter, and he always wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and it was I couldn't handle the blood and guts type of stuff. Man, that wasn't me, man. Get me in the gym, but yeah, Pops was an OG Tacoma, man. OG all the way around.
Let me ask one question. Was he in a firehouse like with all other white dudes, or did they have like the first black branch or something?
Yeah, I don't think that it was a black branch, honestly. I think they were pretty integrated that way. I think that was kind of part of it. And I remember when they let women in too. Like when my dad at his firehouse, one of the first women firefighters came to his station, and then that was, I remember that being a big deal, that having a woman in the firehouse with these men and stuff. And so, being able to see that up close. I don't think that they had a black firehouse. I don't think.
But the first group of them get trained together and then get sent to
they did
separate houses, engine houses throughout the city.
I think that's
same year.
What happened was affirmative action came in, and so my dad used to laugh because someone who was racist would be like, "Well, you got here because of affirmative action." He's like, "Oh, my test scores are off the chart," and they were. My dad's a smart dude. He's like, "But with the affirmative action, got me an interview.
Right.
That didn't get me the job. I'm still smarter than your ass." My dad used to tell me, "I'm still smarter than your ass," right? But I would have never got the opportunity to interview if it wasn't for affirmative action. So yes, thank you for I am affirmative action.
Right.
But I also will run circles around you, and outlift you and outthink you, and so so yeah.
Well, amen to that, man. Let's just leave it right there. Shout out Big Arvin.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well,
yeah, man, you guys, I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Thank you for having me, man. Anything you ever need on my end,
All right, bro.
Hey, send a holla this way when you're doing some other tomorrow. It's too quick of a turnaround, but we can get some cameras in place to start getting more of your stuff archived for you to do whatever you need to with it.
That's love. I appreciate that, Wicked, man. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yep. Good to meet you, May. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. Well,
peace.
That leads us right into our halftime break. We got a good 10 minutes of Build and Destroy music for you to enjoy upon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. Share with your homies. We want to see you in the chat with us. Here we go.
Stand up. March with me. And 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. Mash on them. Stomp on them. Yeah, this that put on your boots, put on your backpack, place them shits got you. In the longhouse, put a whale oil on the fire. I'm as heavy as a unit followed by 21 ciphers. The all I seeing is all I see. Much love to Sawa DZ. I'm icicle with spittle and riddle. Never stuck in the middle like a pickle. Y'all as soft as baby tickle. I drop a jewel, I drop a pearl like there are only 1,810 billionaires in the whole damn world. Real heads are jocking cause they knocking. Robbing from the rich, give it to the hood for problem solving. Hot damn, he spit a parallelogram. Heavy as a pair of elephants plotted in the sand. I thought you talk that talk, we walk that walk. I am Merriam-Webster with this molecular conjecture. I thought you knew though, this is studio judo. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy. We start about fires and start new ones. The system we in is a decrepit building. Evacuate all adults and children. Destroy the foundation, then get to building. Labyrinth basement, pyramid to ceiling. Bomb
bomb shelter laced with nuclear shielding pantry packed tight, last 20 years minimum. Temporary shelter while plans come to fruition as the political pendulum swings from likable black man to an imbecile. Let's bring your A game, front cover a centerfold, take aim in the scope, maintain your energy. The racist war was never ended, so erase the enemy back into the pendulum. Shotgun, rifle, pencil, a knife move. All fights end in blood throughout history. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy. Look, non-believers distorted by deceivers. BAD state of emergency called FEMA. Beat odds like I did Tina. Tacoma are arenas, rock spots like cheetahs. People feel less like indica or sativa. Beautiful family affair on these features. Haters dumbfounded, downright stupid. We stay well-rounded, circular movements. Food for soul, sweet potato cool with no circus or lay. But we do this with cool flips. Cool J with the toothpick. Give haters the pool stick. HIV mixed with Ebola. AWOL too sick. Hit him with truthness. Jews when we spit. Blow it up like crack. In fact, we talk dope shit. Last like I was a pharaoh. Now I'm Janelle Green in thug apparel. Beat and bomber till you broken arrow. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. You talk the talk and we walk the walk. And we walk the walk, how we build and destroy.
These people, drug addicts, these people, drug addicts.
Many people assumed that Dolly was keeping track of his work the way some artists do, and that was not true.
It's 2 on 2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up, homie. 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 Your life on film, the highlight reel. Shacked in the pool in your twilight years. Rewind like Nas to your time in the crib. Food on your bed, drool down your lip. Now who is your friend in the end? When you see the Grim Reaper in the rear view mirror creeping and you can't bend the corner on him. Keep moving forward, text the corner, you coming. I'll be there in a second, but never show up. Always third or second, but never the first. Let's combine our energy and then blow up. But you can't connect with everyone, it just don't work. Still practice dribbling and shooting drills. Skills mastered in the classroom and the field. Build from scratch, years of blood, sweat, and tears. Now tacky is here, so pass me the pill, just throw it out. It's 2 on 2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up. It's 2 on 2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up, homie. 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 Just throw it up.
All these questions, here's the answer. AWOL's name they try to slander. Blocks open, I'm out, run routes like Barry Sanders. Mind over matter, don't listen to chitter chatter. It's going down, down, baby. Better know your country grammar. Pockets got fatter, circle got smaller. Snakes get revealed with the skills of the lawnmower. Respect my travel down the corridor. Reach the room, kick my feet up, locking the door. Used to think skinny, 90s big clothes worn. Now my ego smashing like the Hulk with shorts torn. When I get mad, I turn green. Niggas say they want smoke, nah, they just want weed. Cause they weak, the sap with the stems and seeds. We the chronic, DRE and D-O-double-G. Fast break, alley-oop, we can throw it up. They want with the reverse, double pump, dump. Get off me,
It's 2 on 2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up. It's 2 on 2 with 9-foot hoops. All they want is alley-oops. Just throw it up, homie. 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 Just throw it up, homie.
Yeah, the world is a circus. Bunch of clowns running around in clown cars. syllable, gobble it, all of the bull. Your bullshit is unbelievable. Be gone, the gall you get makes you get got. I'm in like amen, a man on Amen Ra. My own may slay y'all, be that as it may. Me and May, be that as above, so below. My bellow beckons, idiot, too idiotic to get the idiom. I'm Khalid El Amin with my you know what I mean. I'm ending y'all like fentanyl. When you all alone and you don't even have a best friend to call. I get so excited, I almost suicided. Atoms divided, molecules collided. Behold what is within, no break, all bend. Build and destroy Kalana pin, so cold with the pen. Bad, prosperous, pronounced preposterous. I've been there and did that, went there and went back. Brought the buried treasure home in my backpack. On, and it's like that.
Yo, rough drafts led to shockingly smooth endings, and hot heads led to cool spending. Micronutrients led to mic grips, not dubious. Life slips away, the vice gets to play. Found localized in a global fray. Mobilized junctions in the clay. What was upwards was downwards. Once pondered with sound nerves. My nouns occur when I'm grounded to the earth. The resting place resembled the S shape. You question fate while the destined wait. Naked and not afraid till greatness has behaved. Calibrated egos from amalgamated peoples. Downgraded steeples, the town made it evil. Here's fortified lectures from a clean soul. Definite shooting that seems whole. Definite test of a prerequisite for my etiquette. Sacrificial lamb of rap style that never lived. Get the bid on the auctioneer with awkward tears. Locked in the sphere. Often I'm here. Catch me boxing the square. Yay!
Prone to addict behavior and bad habits. Procrastination and overplanning, nothing close to action. No matter how bad I want it, shit ain't supposed to happen. Good don't come to those sitting on the asses. Get out and snatch it. Spend mad less cash then. Use intelligence to accumulate assets. Generational wealth to last way after your death. Give help to people in your neighborhood that's black. Buy land and build a new community from scratch. Eyes on the prize, be flexible and adapt. You never know what they're gonna throw at us next. The trap is thinking you can't do it by yourself, but that's the best way, especially if you got some help. A real team on your side that can fill the void of what the people need. Build and destroy, it's greater than noise. Yeah. Cursive writing, lightning in a bottle. Verses don't incite violence, they build knowledge of self. Purpose, survival, what else can life even offer you and me? Perfect time to start a garden. Preparation meets opportunity in a bar and they both order water. This the part of the movie when you shouldn't be getting sodium infused popcorn and jujubes. Clean your ears and wipe your tears. Listen here, they want the population in fear. It's been clear, like Visine, laser eyes beaming the Twitter sphere. Buying Bitcoin and cash out cause I've been a square. A blockhead, stop caring about the gumby hair. Cause inflation's been taking our money out the fucking air. Trading to get them up with bears in the octagon. Watch my shares go parabolic and take the profits from them. Invest bread in your power. fashion, artisanal craftsmanship, where your stash of paints and canvases, aerosol spray rattle cans to tag up the system. Don't expect to make a bag from it, just plan and plot the next few action of omissions. We actually did shit and brung receipts. Circle circumference mustard seeds. Stay tight like yoga pants, the new slogan. Keep your distance though, the dope too potent. Roaches, rats, whole room full of rodents that all scatter when the light and you start glowing. The roof ain't on fire yet, just smoking and smoldering. Proof is on fire but can't find a folder of sin. Checking X, no scully and molder appearance. Old acid pro moldy flow, hear it? Witchcraft voodoo, forget the bug dude.
You only got one life to live. You only got one life to live. You only got one. You only got one life to live. You only got one life to live. You only got one. You only got one life to live. You only got one life to live. You only got one. You only got one. You only got one. I forgot that. Didn't have a hook on it. Rough draft version. We back. Build and Destroy show. Wicked Meticulous High Rise made Dolly in effect. Excellent guest, Arvin Mosley Jr.
We be having experts on this show.
Look, I have to say,
in a multitude of fields.
Yes.
Bro.
I wouldn't even know how to label the genre of this podcast education because there's too many jewels, too many areas.
Listen, the whole constraints-led approach. Me and May was talking about this last time I went out. Like, we were talking about it from the musical context.
True.
Like, so that I mean, this is facts. Like, it's a recurring theme that things that we talk about amongst each other, we actually hear from the experts in different fields, but they have application in all realms of life. So yes, our show is very educational in life. Plus we have fun. Well, we can jump right into the topics.
I thought of a topic too, if we need it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really have.
Well, my main one was, I'm always tapping back into childhood. I just wanted to ask y'all.
Oh, the corner store.
Yeah, like, what do y'all go and get to this day that you realize, like, man, I've been getting this ever since I was a shorty? Like, what haven't you quit in that way?
I was thinking about that one, and that's a deep one.
Right, like non-blunt wraps, like non-alcohol, like you got to go back to the kiddie age. Like, do you see yourself getting pulled to grab that shit to this day?
For me, it's so much deeper than just snacks. And like, it's honestly just more about going to the corner store and being at the corner store.
Yeah,
being in a vicinity of a place that has a corner store. And if I'm out of the zone of a corner store, like if I can't leave my front door and walk to a corner store, I start feeling froggy after a day or two. I don't feel right. I feel like I'm not in the right zone. So for me, it's honestly just, it's nothing that's in the corner store because I try not to eat sugar as much anymore.
It's the building itself.
It's the people working there. It's the people that frequent it. It's the fact that it's a little epicenter of action. And like I could satisfy my urban itches and my social. I could walk to this corner store, have a 2-minute conversation with the person at the corner store, and walk home and be good for the day. That's enough social for me.
Yeah, I like that.
And I could see somebody in a car, see somebody just getting their shit, and hear some people just riffing. That environment, that noise, the background noise. I need that.
Yeah,
That's
I like
peace and
that.
quiet to me.
That's a good twist to that, man. I like that take.
I mean,
But yeah, other than that, blunt wrap, blunts,
Yeah,
blunts and brew in a single brew.
yeah. I was thinking that same thing. I was like, man,
A lighter for sure.
yeah, the adult version of me is that's where you go and you get that beer and that quick fix. But then the kiddie version of me was like, man, I'm still buying like hot fries and like hot Cheetos. Even if I don't eat them all, like I'll still grab it off nostalgia and eat a few. And certain foods still taste the same as when you was young. So I like that too, like how certain things just haven't changed. The recipe hasn't.
I like scratch tickets still. I like taking my kids to the corner store.
I like seeing all the weird new stuff that comes out in these corner stores. Like
Yeah.
they're like, "Yo, you like chewing tobacco and you like caffeine. We're gonna put that together, and then we're gonna make drops if you don't like tobacco. We're just gonna make caffeine, nicotine drops for your tongue." There's just so many wacky products up at that front. Where you buy your shit, like the cashier, they stuff all that stuff right up front.
For real.
Stuff you didn't even know existed.
For real.
yeah.
What about you, Wicked? You got one?
I definitely, what I would say is I don't buy the candy and stuff no more. It's less about sugar and more about teeth. Like all the shit we used to eat just gets caught up in my old deteriorating teeth. So it's like you can't enjoy the candy the same. But I mean, I still will get I'll get the honey buns. Maybe not even. That's what I used to get back in the day. So now
That's a classic.
now I'm at Winco though, and they've got the whole wall of treats that they got way different level of Little Debbie snacks that they didn't have at the corner store. So
Hey, I gotta ask, do you microwave your honey bun or no?
depends. The honey bun you can do microwave. You can freeze it.
Ooh.
I ain't never tried that.
Big Cal is the person who told me about freezing it. It's almost like a honey bun, not popsicle, but it's definitely, it has a hard texture, but it softens up as you bite into it.
Like a corner store ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can do both on that. But the oatmeal cream pies. But see, at Winco, they got the other levels. They got the chocolate chip cookie cream pie.
The other levels.
For real, they didn't have. I don't remember seeing the chocolate chip cookie cream pie. They got the. They got the Snickerdoodle cream pie.
Oh no!
Damn.
They got the. They got
no.
the Nutter Butter cream pie.
Ooh. Yeah. I do love the crossover mashup. I'm a sucker for that. I might do what May does. I might buy one, knowing I'm not going to eat it all. But I really shouldn't eat it all anyway. So it's like, cool. I'm gonna take a bite and throw this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain things that'll catch me every now and then. Like they were doing the Kit Kat flavors for a minute, and those I caught a few of those. There was the lime. There was a few of those that
they had a cinnamon. They had like a snickerdoodly Kit Kat, something like that. I remember it was good. Like a leche one, cinnamon.
Yeah, I'll catch myself, every now and then, just because I always look. I hit the corner store every day. A single beer used to be, I've graduated. I get a pack. But I still, I look at all the treats every day in the aisle, reminiscing on, like, dang, did I actually ever buy one of these? And then I read what it's, it always tells you what it is. Oh, chocolate coated wafers with with peanut butter, or whatever. And some stuff just looks nasty when you read what it says. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the energy drink game really is taking over the large part of the corner store market. That's new, from when we were kids. There was, Mountain Dew was the energy drink. I remember Jolt Cola.
And Surge.
Yeah, that was an early one. Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be technically the first true thing, because Jolt was just cola with hella caffeine in it. But Surge, that was
that green.
And that was they marketed that as a true energy beverage, right?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
it
we
had like
said-
caffeine or something in it.
That was a game changer then. That was a groundbreaking drink.
Yeah, we used to fuel with the paper route that we had. We used to go to 72nd and get that from the vending machine.
He said we would fuel for the paper route.
Yeah, and it was early in the morning, like taking Surge like 5:30, 6 a.m. for a paper route.
He said taking Surge like it's medication.
Yeah. Mainlining Surge.
Yeah, and it was like 25 cents a can.
Damn. Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Man, sodas or pops, whatever you call it, they held at 25 cents for a good amount. And then it seemed like it went from 25 to 50, and then it was like where it's at now.
Yeah. I don't ever remember it being 70. It went from 50 to $1. I don't think there was ever a 75-cent stage. I don't remember.
Well, did you guys I don't know if this was new or if I just seen the clip. And the clip is new of the Souls of Mischief NPR Tiny Desk.
I gotta watch that. I love hearing them rap. Hell yeah. I'm glad they got that.
Yeah, that might make me have a little tear in my eye watching that.
I feel like that's good. The world can really see because to me, just technically rapping, no frills, no gimmicks, that's the crew.
Yeah, they mean so much. I was going to school out of district to Spanaway Lake. I lived in Tacoma, but I was going to Spanaway, and I was catching the city bus every day. And there was a certain time where that's all I had in my CD player was that and probably like a Wu-Tang album. But those guys mean a lot, because I was trucking when that stuff was playing in the headphones.
Yeah, I might watch that after this.
Yeah, all I saw was the clip 93. But it definitely it really made me think back to our interview and conversation with DJ True Justice and being OGs at this point, but the level of expertise and they're professional rappers. No matter what age you get to, that was your career. That's what made you successful. That's what fed your kids and bought your house and your cars is rapping. You're a professional rapper, and it just, to me, looking at them at being professional, but he mentioned them when he was talking about that area.
Mm-hmm.
What street was it? I got it written down.
Telegraph.
Yeah, to where they were the signed ones, but they were still coming back through because that was the area where people are at, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's inspiring to me to just really try to lock in on this year and making some shit happen.
Yeah, they're not just pros, but there's certain people within the professional space that achieve mastery.
Yeah, they're masters.
Yeah, they're true masters of the art form, and that's what I mean by I might shed a tear just watching the masters at work, man. If you don't leave with something from that, then I don't even know if you're in it like that. But
Mm-hmm.
mandatory consumption, like we got to consume that if we know it's out there.
Yeah, you guys definitely. Because I know it was just the clip I saw because they always do like 5 songs, 5 or 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that ASAP.
Right.
Jill Scott was kind of like that, where she dropped a single, and I played it, and I was like, man, this thing's really resonating. Like it's reverberating in my soul. I didn't even plan on playing this today, but it sounds great. But now I heard she has a new album out, and
Mm-hmm.
part of me feel like that's almost mandatory listen to because I know it's out and I know what the single did, and I heard it has like spoken wordy type stuff going on and
Yeah,
blues vibes going on, and I'm like,
for
man, I
sure.
really need to tap into Jill Scott right now.
Yeah,
Like
I'm gonna listen to that for
yeah,
sure.
I gotta go where I'm getting steered because certain stuff like that's playing, and I'm leaving like, man, I want more of that. Whatever that was just now. Shout out to Jill Scott. Her single is banging.
Dope.
Well, the only other joint I had on here was I wanted to double back because I didn't hear anyone actually talk about this. The Seattle Seahawks game where the refs called the unsportsmanlike conduct on the dude for talking shit as he's walking down the sideline to the other team.
Oh, you mean back in the NFC
The
in the
NFC
NFC
championship? Yeah. Not the
Okay.
Super Bowl.
Okay. Okay, so that was that Reek Woolen? Yeah,
Number 25?
I think so.
But yeah, to where it was essentially it was a turnover on downs. It was like a 4th and long, and they were getting ready to punt it, and the ref called the unsportsmanlike, which gave them the ball back essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And
could have won the game.
Well, that's
if they would have scored.
Well, that's where I didn't hear no one actually bring it up about the refs cheating and with all this gambling and shit going on. I mean, just the score itself, just giving them, it changes the potential score by you making a call like that. I mean, to me, it's just not a type of call that you make in a championship game.
Yeah.
They're supposed to talk shit to each other. It's the fucking NFL. Like, yeah, you can call that shit during the regular season or whatever, but it's like, I just felt like that. To me, it felt like some sort of a cheating type of move. I didn't see anyone talking about it, so I figured I'd bring it up.
I can see what you're saying. Anytime the ref makes a call in an important game like that with time running down.
And it's not on a play. Like, it's after the play. It's
Right.
unsportsmanlike conduct for talking shit. Like,
True.
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
I feel like shit like that needs to be looked into.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with betting and things becoming like hella popular. Man, I heard so many people lost their savings betting on the Patriots. Like, which doesn't make sense. Like, all the outlets, every predictor thought the Seahawks were going to win.
Most of them.
So, yeah. But I saw a collage of videos of people that lost all their money on the Patriots.
Man,
I don't feel bad.
I mean, losing
feel
all
bad.
your money on it, making a bet like that on sports is just something I can't relate to it.
Well, that's why I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't feel bad for people that fall into the Klarna glitch. You guys, we never talked about that, but that's for people that's really in the depths. Like, so Klarna is the buy now, pay later. Or to where it breaks your purchase up into 4 payments instead of you just buying what you're buying. They break it into 4 payments.
Yeah.
But then there was people that was essentially doing some identity fraud shit and opening up Klarna accounts under fake names, and then going and buying hella expensive shit from Best Buy and the Apple Store and shit, buying iPads and Mac computers.
Yeah. Good, man. Scam those companies.
But there's but that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not.
They're stealing people's identities.
No. But not just that, but then they're also getting caught because they're making videos about it. About doing this.
Do your dirt on the low, people.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the identity fraud is a real thing. You know?
Yeah.
You don't know none of whoever John Smith is, whose social security number you got off the dark web. You don't know if that guy's getting a car loan next month or needs to refinance his house, and he goes to do that, and it says, "Nah, you owe Klarna $10,000 for buying all these iPads and shit." Like, what iPads?
Yep. You got to fight that. Yeah, it happens. A folly of modern living.
Yeah, it's a virtual mug.
Yeah.
There's ways to combat that. Of course, you got to pay to get those services, but there is a lot of virtual mugging nowadays versus just, hey, put them up, or somebody taking your purse running.
And I'm saying the scamming shit.
They got that one where they're taking like your deed, you know what I mean, to your house, and they're like running up your equity and all that, and you don't know before it's too late.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, I've never been down with the scamming shit, because that's specifically why, because you're doing shit. It's like it was the internet before the internet, where you're messing with people's lives that you never have to see or talk to, and it can impact them. And for you, it's just a lick. You know, you got a list of potentials, and you're just doing whatever. But to me, that, you know, that's a lower level. That's a disrespectful to me tier in the underworld activities. Like that's below drug dealing. That's below that's below just straight up robbing someone. Like, give me your money with the gun. Like, to me, scamming and all that virtual shit, that's bottom tier level shit. Like,
Yeah, we couldn't lie, cheat, or steal growing up in my house. As a youngin', like my dad was instilling that. That was he made it sound like that was the worst you could be. Was a liar, a cheater, or a stealer.
it is.
Yeah, it was different.
Because all other things, get exposed if if you stick to those straight, solid principles.
There's certain things that's hard to come back from once you wear that jacket. It's really hard to bounce back from certain labels like that.
I don't know. Nowadays with the internet, man, people be doing some mad foolish shit and just they come back the next day like they didn't do it. They didn't say it.
I was thinking about that the other day. There's so many videos on the internet and everything is on the internet that it's forget. Like to the point. Yeah, it's like you don't remember whose face it was who fell down and you laughed at that person. You would never remember 10 minutes later if you were standing next to, at least I wouldn't, at Safeway. It's all become so many faces. It's all just an impersonal blur. It's almost to the point where, there's so many videos, it doesn't even matter if you have an embarrassing video out there now.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, like that exists until you got those sleuths that their job is just to find only that and then compile it and then make, like a little reel out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, there's people that they're just here to count the L's and mark the losses and catch you mispronouncing some shit. Like, they don't matter, but they still exist.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody wanted to single you out, that's a different.
Like the battle rap shit. Like,
yeah.
Every time you go and battle somebody, they're gonna hire their crew. It's gonna be a full deep dive on just everything that you did fucked up on the internet, and that's gonna be their bars or their content. If they're good, they don't really need that, but a lot of them, that's just they're gonna fine comb it, and they're gonna see what they can see. But we don't tag a lot. I think tagging is what gets you caught up. If you don't tag or you don't have this fingerprint on top of the fingerprint, I think you're almost able to be anonymous while on the internet at the same time. But certain people know how to reinstill their thumbprint on the internet by geotagging and hyperlinking. And I like to exist in this space, but we're still anonymous to a degree. Like, we still have to be discovered.
Well, like that's what I'm talking about. The real viral moments is discovery and not really you tagging. You might not even be tagged in it. But if it's you, they're going to be like, yo, that's the pancake dude. And because everyone's seen the video where whatever the situation was, like, you'll just be that guy as long as that is still a thing, though. Eventually,
I want us to be the good dollar bin record. Like, I want this pod to be the good dollar bin record where you're digging, like, oh shit, I got mad flips I can get off of this record. Like, you get so happy when you find something that you feel like ain't nobody else found yet, and then you get to put somebody on. Versus when you're viral, everybody hits it at the same time, to where it's like, yo, what you're saying ain't new. I caught it when you caught it. It's way
Well,
different when you find a dope piece and then you spread it to your friends.
well, I'm saying every viral moment starts from that. Someone has to be the first to start sharing it because the algorithms don't spread it by itself. They see that, oh, there's people that are liking this and sharing this, then I must show more people. And it's like if no one ever likes it and shares it from that first broadcast, they might show it to 1,000 people. If out of those 1,000 people that see it just on the random scroll through, if don't no one click through and like and share it, they give pretty much videos, I think at this point, 24 hours of new upload status, to where that new upload, depending on your subscriber base, kind of determines how many people see it. So even people that got 1 million followers or subscribers, their new uploads is only 10,000 of their actual subscribers see it, unless they got the whole bell notification. And then it's just on the regular kind of conveyor belt that they've got. And unless it gets more likes and shares than their algorithm normally sees for that level, then they'll pump it. But it's all a game. It's practice. Practicing.
I just want to say I like how we know the rules, but we're not a slave to them, because I know what would make this shit really go. It'd be a lot of negativity and bashing of other people. But I like that we're taking the organic, I call it organic ritual approach, where we're just doing organic vegetables. We just growing, and we're not throwing that Miracle Grow steroid type stuff on the content. Because at this point, we kind of know what would make stuff spike. But I love how we're not a slave to that algorithm as a crew.
Yeah, well, we're making quality. We talked about it with multiple different people. We're using the analogy of the fast food versus the thorough meal, which, the right stuff, you got to have the bay leaf in it. It's like that's been brought up multiple times. So, like, I think it's evident the quality of guests that we have, the breadth of subject matter, and we keep it hip hop, and we have a distinct point of view. We all have different individual point of views, but they're all from a Northwest perspective, and I think that's an important avenue, and we're holding it down, and we'll continue to hold it down. So really just comes out about to get more eyes on it, more eyes that peep us out and check us out each week, and eventually get into the chat and conversate with us, even come on and be guests from being a person in the chat. Like, that's just gonna help evolve and let the show grow bigger than any of us can anticipate.
And I gotta say, High Rise is just killing them with the Ralph Lauren jacket Sherpa combo thing. Like,
thank you, bro.
Killing, just killing. Y'all gotta acknowledge
a new piece.
Y'all gotta acknowledge the Drippington. Come on.
I'm not at y'all level, so
hey, come on.
I'll get there one day.
Yeah.
Hey, we stay fresh, man.
All right, well, look.
Respect, y'all.
Hey, we're going to end it. We don't have to carry on unnecessarily. We got plenty of guests in the queue lined up.
Do.
We're going to be working on some off-site show capabilities for you guys, especially come summertime. I mean, there's arguably guaranteed to be a Sunday road show with what we're dealing with at this point. So it's all about logistics. So we would definitely appreciate folks taking the journey with us, because that's where we're going on. We're going on a journey. But yeah, it's the Build and Destroy show. You already know, every Sunday around 5 p.m. Pacific time, we be live up in this piece on YouTuberies. Hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. Wicked Meticulous, May Dolly, and